Before the first human footprint touched the soil, a divine decree reached the angels. God announced the creation of an earthly vicegerent, positioning human life as a calculated, intentional addition to the universe. This representative was constructed from various types of earthly clay, gathered and molded into a physical vessel. The form remained a silent statue until a divine soul was breathed into it, initiating the life of Adam. The defining distinction between Adam and the angels lay in the architecture of their intellect. While the angels functioned within set boundaries of knowledge, God taught Adam the properties of all things, creating an interconnected network of concepts they could not replicate. This capacity to learn, categorize, and adapt became humanity's primary tool. It gave Adam a specific functional advantage in the cosmos that relied on intellect rather than physical strength. To acknowledge this new hierarchy, God commanded all present to bow before Adam. The angels immediately followed the instruction, acknowledging the divine order without hesitation. However, Iblis, a being of fire, refused. He justified his disobedience through a logic of elemental hierarchy, arguing that his origin made him inherently superior to a being formed from clay. This refusal resulted in Iblis being stripped of divine mercy and expelled. In his descent, he vowed to spend human history misguiding Adam's descendants. The first transgression in the universe involved no physical act. It was a crisis of intellect, where Iblis prioritized his own perceived status over a direct command. Adam and his companion, Hawwa, began their life in paradise. Their environment provided every necessity, governed by a single, clear prohibition. They were not to approach one specific tree. Iblis began his campaign not through force, but through waswase, the use of repetitive, subtle whispering designed to erode a person's resolve from within. He targeted human ambition, falsely promising that eating the forbidden fruit would grant them the status of angels and prevent them from ever facing death. He reframed a restriction as a barrier to their own potential. Adam and Hawwa eventually succumbed and ate the fruit. The immediate result was a total loss of their previous state. They became aware of their physical vulnerability and instinctively used leaves from the garden to cover themselves. The deceiver's strategy remains consistent. He identifies a natural desire for growth or permanence and redirects it towards an act of disobedience. Iblis and Adam reached the same node on this logic tree, the violation of divine law. Iblis used pride to justify his choice, leading to expulsion. Adam experienced immediate remorse and accepted total accountability. This divergence shows that while the act of error is shared, the response to that error defines the outcome. Adam's value was not in being perfect, but in his ability to own his failure. Adam sought forgiveness through a specific prayer, Rabbana Zalamna Anfusana, acknowledging that he had wronged his own soul. This established the functional framework for Tawbah, the act of returning to a state of grace through sincerity. Because the accountability was absolute, the forgiveness was equally total. God accepted their repentance, removing the spiritual weight of the transgression. Despite this forgiveness, Adam and Hawwa had to depart paradise. The divine plan to place a vicegerent on earth moved into its physical phase. The transition to earth signaled the operational start of humanity's preordained mission as vicegerents, beginning the work they were designed for. Life on earth required physical labor. Adam cultivated the land, developed early agricultural practices, and established the basic survival systems supporting all future generations. As the first prophet, he taught his children the mechanics of worship and provided a detailed warning about the specific deceptive tactics they would face from Iblis. He outlined the opposing forces. Iblis relies on the mechanics of pride and illusion, while the defense Adam passed to his children consists of patience, faith, and the recurring act of repentance. Adam's legacy provided a framework for handling failure, transforming a moment of disobedience into an opportunity for return. If Adam had chosen deflection over accountability, how would the trajectory of human history look today? Where do you see the lesson of Adam's repentance in your own life?